Like many of you, I grew up in a home that had to operate outside of the traditional financial system. You cash checks at a check cashing place as opposed to the bank because there's no bank account, or having to use payday loans so that you're able to eat or pay the rent. All I knew about money is that it was scarce. It was something that was in one hand and out the other because you needed it to acquire the basic necessities of life. It's not about prosperity, it's just simply about survival. So money is something that causes tension or stress because you never know when it's coming back. And when you have it, it's already accounted for. To break that mindset, I had to build financial knowledge. So today I'm going to teach you 3 words you need to know: money, debt, and credit. So what is money anyway? Legally, money is money because our government says it is. But what gives it value is that you and I both trust that it's worth something. Thousands of years ago, we didn't use dollars when we bought stuff. If I needed a cow, I had to give you something I had in exchange, like 10 chickens. Together, we both had to trust and believe that 10 chickens was worth 1 cow. Eventually, we started using coins instead of trading our things directly, and that led to paper money. Now, when I go to the convenience store to get a drink, they don't ask me to give them chickens in exchange. I just have to give them $2. The key is that we both trust that the $2 equals a drink and that the convenience store owner can take that $2 and go buy something else with it. It's the trust that makes it money. So as I started to get a little bit older, I realized that money equaled the things that I wanted. It was all about jewelry and sneakers and clothes, and never about saving or never about putting this money into something that can grow or ownership. Which brings us to debt. Debt is just a fancy word for the money you owe someone else. Here's an example we're all familiar with. You go to get a haircut. When you get your haircut, you just can't leave without paying. You owe the barber a debt. And when you hand over that $20 bill, you're eliminating your debt to the barber. The reason why he doesn't run after you with his scissors is because the barber trusts that he can use the same money somewhere else. But what happens if you don't have the money to pay the barber right now? You'll have to ask her for credit. Credit is when you borrow money from someone else and agree to pay it back later. The barber isn't too happy that you don't have the $20, but after some begging, she agrees to let you pay it back in a week. The only catch is that she's going to charge you another $1 for that favor. So now you owe $21. She's letting you use credit to pay the debt back at another time, and she's charging you another $1 for that convenience. That's all credit is, but most people know the word credit from credit cards. I discovered credit cards at 19 years old. And I had no idea what an APR was or anything about the limit. I could just swipe this thing, this plastic thing, and then they give me stuff. I realized I needed help when the bill collector started calling every day and demanding their money and threatening me that if they didn't get it, that this was going to happen. I was in trouble and had to relearn everything I thought I knew about money. I had to learn what the richest knew about debt and credit, but also about budgeting, saving, investing, interest, and many more ideas we'll talk about in this series. And that's why I'm so impassioned about this, is because it's one thing to get you to learn about money and what money is and what you can do, but if I empower you, if I make you feel like you're as good as everyone else, your knowledge is just as good, you're just as powerful, you have all the same resources, and ultimately you are in a position where I'm sitting now, where you can give back to other people who grew up the same way that we have. The most important thing is to trust yourself with money, to trust that you'll know what to do with it when you get it, and to trust that you really can live the way that you want to. I'm Tyrone Ross, and we'll see you on the next one.